I just whacked the living baloney out of my tripod. Dark hat? Yeah! Dark hat, guys. Now, usually beanies are for dirty hair, but today my hair's actually pretty clean. I think I prefer this. Welcome to Q&A number 8. It's this or that, just like last time. Either you've watched all 7 other Q&As and you know exactly how this works, or you're starting on Q&A number 8 and you probably still don't need an introduction. So let's go. We're doing this or that today. Cake or pie? I would like a raspberry pie, please. Holidays or stay at home? I'm usually a stay at home type, but after all this quarantine, guys, I would die for some awkward Christmas up in here. Savory food or sweet food? Savory food. I have a low sugar diet. Sugar is the item that I try to avoid the most. Like, I eat fat, I eat calories, I don't pay attention to the numbers on any of that. It's sugar that I try to reduce. Sugar and like carbs, but I don't mind that much about carbs. Okay, so because of that, I don't have that much of a sweet tooth anymore. I can have a little bit of sweet food, but not really without also having some salty food. I can have salty food alone, but sweet food, I have to alternate sweet, salty. And I don't know if you guys know this about me yet, but I really love cooking and I love spices. I think it was 2015 I lost weight and I really had to get into cooking for that. I think that was before I was allergic to anything, but I was just cooking foods to make sure that I was eating healthier foods. And that got me really into spices because I had to stop using sauces. Because at that point, I was paying attention to calories trying to lose weight. Oh no, where is my... Oh my gosh. Instagram. Okay, here we go. Planning out the day or going with the flow / winging it. I prefer going with the slow / going with the flow. I prefer going with the flow / winging it. Plans tend to stress me out. I'm very forgetful. I won't look at the clock. I'm a little bit of a spontaneous, aloof look around. I'm a noticer, you know? I'm very present. I don't want to think about what's happening later. My husband's like, you know, this weekend we should really go grocery shopping. I will literally be like, honey, I don't want to hear it with the to-do list, okay? Okay, I want to turn my body. Let's see, what else? Mermaid tail or wings? I'm gonna assume they're functional and I'll go with wings, because that way I can fly. I was a total water baby when I was a kid, but I'm not that into swimming now, and I think it's because of my cold intolerance. We can revisit this question when I'm past all of my health problems, and we can see if I'm back to being a water baby. Then maybe I'll want the mermaid tail. Books or movies? That's hilarious. I don't like to read. I don't know why. And I also don't watch movies, and I do know why. That's because at the end of the movie, I can't remember the beginning of the movie. But I'm definitely going to pick movies over books. Except for Harry Potter. Harry Potter, you gotta go with the books. You're missing the entire story if you watch the movies for Harry Potter. The movies don't go over the story. How many piercings do you have on your ears? That's not a this or that, but I have 4 on each ear. Each ear has 3 on the lobe, and then my right ear has a conch. That's a fatty piece of cartilage, crunch. And my left ear has a rook. That's the double layer of cartilage that loops out up in your... Of course, my ears aren't out. I would show it to you, but I don't have an earring in it right now. It's not very helpful if I can't show it to you. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. T-Rex or Stegosaurus? Ah, this is hard. T-Rex. T-Rex, and I want to bring him to CrossFit so that I can watch him try to do burpees. Chocolate or fruity candy? Chocolate. I freaking love chocolate. Wow, I need a new chair. I'm literally just waiting for the day one of you guys is going to start like a GoFundMe for Jen needs a chair that doesn't squeak. I'm so wiggly and it's just constantly... Star Wars or Star Trek? Honestly, I don't know enough about either of them to be able to choose. Snow or sun? I really love the snow, but if I had to choose it for every day for the rest of eternity, I would go with sun. Not overwhelmingly hot sun, but sun. Truly or White Claw? Ooh. Truly. But I got started on White Claw. I feel like Truly is a little bit bolder on the flavors and less on the sweetness, whereas White Claw is a little bit more sweet, a little bit less like punchy with the flavor. I don't think I've had White Claw again though post-pregnancy. I might not have even had Truly post-pregnancy. So I'm going by way back memory. It's been a long time. I've mostly been drinking San Juans right now. Corona, Smirnoff, all seltzers. Who else made a seltzer? Bud Light seltzers. I've been dabbling. I'm trying to find the seltzer that I like the best. Now that I'm not pregnant anymore, treat yourself. Find your favorites. Iced coffee or hot coffee? I always drink hot coffee, but I do love iced coffee, and I would be super down for iced coffee every day in the summer if it was as convenient as hot coffee. I have to make my coffee fresh. I have to have it within the first hour or two after it gets made, because otherwise the tyramines, I was told it was the tyramines, increase and it can give you a migraine. So couple-hour-old coffee, I'll get a migraine from it, and fresh coffee, I'm okay. So with iced coffee, it's harder to get freshly made iced coffee and know anything about the tyramines than it is to have freshly made hot coffee where I just brew it real quick in the morning and then have it. I'm really nervous about editing this because the light is going to be going in and out. And now the dark hat was a bad idea. Ay. Jen. Camping or glamping? I pick glamping. I've done a lot of camping in my life, tons of camping, and I do love it. I'm super down for it, but I'm at the age where I don't need it. I suffer enough in everyday life. I don't need dirt and lack of running water or any of that. Pre-migraines, all for it. Let's go in a tent, live in the dirt, all of that. But now I'm tired. I'm very tired. iPhone or Android? Android. You will never see me with an iPhone. Travel or staycation? This is another one where back and forth. Pre-migraines, I would have loved to travel, but now staycation all the way. I'd love to do an hour away even, get a hotel, get an Airbnb, enjoy the surroundings. It's still different from here. I need to stop putting my hand in the front I'm like this and my hand is 3 times bigger than my head. I'm just gonna go on a staycation with my giant hands. Me and my giant hands are gonna go to the lake. It's gonna be so much fun. Do you like horror movies or romance movies better? I'm so scared of scary movies, and I don't like having nightmares, so I like romance movies better. Anything is better than something that's terrifying, except for a couple of exceptions. There are definitely scary movies that I love. Person first language or identity first language? To me, it doesn't matter. I'm not a big fan of the language stuff that's been going on. I'm not a big fan of all this language policing and trying to decide between whether I should be called a person with migraine or a person who gets migraines or person with migraine disease or migraine attacks, migraines with an S on the end. Apparently you're not supposed to ever say that. I feel like this is such a waste of time talking about the language about the disease rather than just talking about the disease. And honestly, I don't care what you call it. I don't care if you call me a migraineur or a person who gets migraines or a person with migraine disease or a person with migraine disorder. I don't care if you call me Jen with a hint of migraine Jen. Guys, this is distracting. I think we are distracting everybody from the actual things that are going to bring meaning and the actual things that are going to bring change. Board games or card games? I'm usually more into board games. Night out or night in? Old gen night out, current gen night in. Adventure vacation or relaxing vacation? I think even now an adventure vacation would be better for me because I have to give myself little miniature relaxing vacations every day. I have to take my couple hours of relaxing and me time. So for me, I think if I'm on a trip, let's go. Let's explore. I get plenty of time at home to rest. Well, till I had a baby. Shower or bath? I more regularly shower. I shower to clean up. But choosing between the two to relax and feel good, I'm gonna go with the bath. I'm gonna put some bubbles in it. There's gonna be some Epsom salt. It's gonna get my magnesium. It's gonna smell nice. I do candles. Get my seltzer and just sit in the bath. Ow. Do I hit something in every video? Because I think I whack something in every video. If you have a second kid, would you prefer a boy or a girl? Girl. Oof. But I really don't want to commit because I really wish I could say both. Oof. So my gut instinct is that I would love a boy because that way I would get to experience both genders. I also, obviously, I have love goggles for my husband, and I would love to see a little miniature version of my husband because I know our daughter looks a lot like me, but maybe a little boy would look a bit more like him, or it would maybe bring out a little bit more of his features. Plus, I've heard that the experience of raising a boy is just so different from the experience of raising a girl. However, I'm doing that thing where I'm choosing things based on other people's preferences instead of my own because that's one of my biggest flaws. So I would choose a girl if I could actually magic one and choose, because even though I know it's a long shot, you know, it's asking for a lot for the kids to get along. If I had two girls, then I think things like going to the movies, like deciding what movie we want to see, would be easier to agree upon, potentially. I know different personalities, like you can have a tomboy girl or a more feminine boy, and you can end up with like mismatches in this, but in general, two girls are going to have an easier time than it would be with a boy and a girl. And what I was actually going to at the beginning of this was, I know it's wishing for a lot to want the kids to get along, but two girls are more likely to be close or become close to each other than a girl and a boy. Maybe. Maybe our daughter would get along better with a little brother. Who knows? Yeah, I'm kind of changing my mind. I think I'd want a boy. So what that means is whatever gender the baby ends up being, I'm going to be ecstatic. Now someone just needs to convince me that this newborn phase is worth doing again. Good luck. All right, well, I'm out of time. Thank you guys for joining me for yet another This or That. Next week, we're going to do Would You Rathers, so start thinking about your Would You Rathers, and I will see you on my Instagram stories sometime on either Sunday night or Monday morning. Long run-on sentence without any breathing. Thanks for joining me, friends. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.